Want help to grow your business? Download Bryn, the world's first business advisor in your pocket. To find out more, visit bryn.ai or search the App Store today.
Welcome to another episode of Business in the Cloud. I'm your host, Peter Moriarty, and in this episode, we are going to be covering how to choose the right project management software for your business. Now, this is a really important one for you to make a decision on in your business because this is going to help you to get more done with you and your team. Now, what's the problem? Well, the challenge is you need a tool to help manage projects in your business, and not only necessarily in the business, but also potentially delivering projects to your clients and customers as well. But there is so much software out there to choose from, and there's heaps of options, but how are you going to pick the right one, and how do you know that it's going to serve your business well? Well, that's a question that we're going to answer in this episode of Business in the Cloud, and I'm so glad that you're joining me. So here's what we're going to cover in this episode. First up, we're going to talk about, well, what exactly is project management and why is it so important for your business? Why is it important to have this software as a part of the business, and what goals is it going to help you to achieve? Next up, how to track more than just projects in the business. Why this software, this solution will help you to get more done than just tracking projects. Next, how to get the result through user mapping. Now, what that means is, how do we make sure that the software, the technology that we implement is actually going to be useful for our team? How do we make sure that this is going to help each of your team members with their day-to-day role? Next up, we're going to go into a demo of some different software and talk about a few of the different applications that we recommend. One of those is Asana. So the first one we'll talk about is Asana. Next up is teamwork.com. And then thirdly, we're going to have a look at Podio. And we're going to explore the differences between those three systems, what the main advantages, disadvantages are, and which one may be right for you to get started with. Next up, we're going to talk about how to actually get started, and then I'm going to show you a demo of how to use a task management, project management system in your business. So let's get started. First up, I want to talk about why project management software is so important. Now, think about the way that you currently manage projects in the business. Maybe you're using a whiteboard, maybe you're using sticky notes, maybe you're using a spreadsheet, or maybe there's no system. Maybe you're just kind of getting things done yourself. Maybe you're a small team and you're looking to grow your business. Well, what project management software or task management software will allow you to do is have a system and a bit more of a formal structure around how you deliver projects. Now, whether these are internal projects, initiatives inside the business, or external projects, something that you're delivering for a client or customer, what project management software will allow you to do is keep accountable, not just for yourself, but for the other team members on your team. You might also include contractors or someone outside the business. You might even have tasks that are assigned to your client to work with you. And what the system allows you to do is to ensure that things are completed on time and also by the right people. Well, it's not the system that's going to help you do that. This is the system that's going to help you keep the people in your business accountable yourself. Anyway, next up is how to track more than just projects. Now, you heard me say that you can use this for internal projects and external projects as well. We use project management system for all areas of the business. Now, that might be finance, it might be marketing, it might be delivery, it might even be sales. Anywhere where there's a task in your business that needs to be delegated or assigned to someone, you can make use of project or task management technology to allow you and your team to get more done more collaboratively together. Now, the reason you would do this instead of everybody just keeping their own to-do list is this allows you and your team to see exactly where everybody else is up to. It also allows you to set dependencies on different tasks and allow you to see that if you need to complete your job but you're waiting on somebody else, well, you can either give that person a nudge or at least let that person see that they need to get their task done before you can complete yours. Using collaborative task management means that everyone's kept more on the same page, and it reduces the communication required to know exactly where people are up to. Have you ever noticed yourself in the office assigning something to a team member or to a staff member and then a couple of days later just wondering whether or not that task is actually being completed? Have you found yourself asking, hey, is that done yet? Is that done yet? Is that done yet? Without any real feedback when someone has actually completed a task, unless they're emailing you back or communicating back to you. Well, what effective task management will allow you to do is have alerts that are triggered when someone on your team completes a task and let you know that if you've assigned a task to someone, that it's actually completed and you'll know when that action has actually happened. The great thing about this is it allows your team to all stay on the same page with their to-do lists. All of a sudden, your to-do list is not just for yourself, but it's also for your other team members as well. And we're going to go a bit more into detail about how you can use a task management system to achieve this in your business. So let's have a talk about how you can ensure that you're implementing the right kind of project management system. Now, we do this through a process called user mapping. Now, what user mapping is working with each one of our team members and identifying exactly what tasks they need to track. So this involves spending some time with each one of your team members and having a chat to them about what's their day-to-day tasks like. What are the kind of things that they need to track, and what are the things that go on their to-do list each day? Now, you're more than likely able to put each one of your team members into a logical group somewhere in the business. Some will be in finance, some may be in sales, some may be in marketing, some may be in management in the business. And each group of staff are likely to have their own set of repeating tasks and also one-off tasks as well. Now, what you're going to do in this user mapping session is break down an idea of what kind of tasks and what kind of things each person in the business is doing. And then from there, you'll have an idea of what needs they have when you're choosing the right project management system for the business. Now, for example, if someone in the finance arena needs to process payroll, but they can't actually process the payroll until someone's finished with the timesheet process, well, that's called a task dependency. What that means is the timesheet process needs to be completed before somebody can do the payroll process and actually process the payroll. Now, if that's part of a user use case, then you need to make sure that the project management software you're using has task dependencies if you wish to track that. This is the kind of thing that we need to work out. Well, who's doing what in the business? What kind of tasks do they have? And what kind of features do we actually need from a project management system? For example, if you've got a lot of workers out on the road and they're using their mobile devices for most of their work, well, perhaps you want to focus on a task management or project management system which has the absolute best mobile app interface. Now, not all of these systems have great mobile apps. Some of the mobile apps won't work offline. Some of them need to be connected to the internet all the time. If any of your team are working in an environment where they might be offline for periods of time or maybe don't have great connections, well, you might choose something that has a mobile app that works offline. These are the kind of things that you need to think about in your user mapping and identify, well, exactly what needs do we have from this technology before we jump in choosing a system. But the most important thing is that each one of your team members are able to share their tasks and easily get work done. Don't look for a system that's super complicated and has every single bell and whistle if your team just aren't going to use it. If your team are in a busy working environment, as most of our staff are, and they just need to get their tasks done, well, you might want to err on the side of something simple that your team will enjoy using. Have a look at the user interface. Get feedback from your team on what kind of user interface they enjoy using to make sure that when you implement this system, your staff are actually going to use it. And of course, finally, make sure your needs are met as a business owner as well. Ensure that any system you're using has a level of reporting required for you to be able to manage your team and for your other managers to manage their teams as well. Ensure that you have great visibility over what tasks are pending, what tasks are completed, and you can see the rhythm and flow of the tasks in the business to ensure that things are actually getting done. All right, that's it for the first section in our choosing project management software. In the next section, we'll be right back in a second, and we'll start talking about some of the specific applications and what their strong points are when you're looking for different solutions. My name is Peter Moriarty, and I'll be back in just a second on Business in the Cloud. Welcome back to Business in the Cloud. And in this episode, we're talking about choosing the perfect project management software for your business. Now, we've already talked about what are some of the prep work things that you need to do to get ready to make a decision on this. And now we're going to get a bit more into the nitty-gritty. I'm going to talk about 3 different solutions that you can consider for your business. Now, we don't have a particular affiliation with any of these. We do happen to have the experience of having tried all of these, so we do have intimate knowledge of how they work. But I want to give you a bit of an idea of some of the different levels of task management that you can go to in the business, and you can start to choose what gravitates the most towards you. Now, there's lots of other systems out there. This is meant to be just a guide to help you make that decision. So the first one we're going to be talking about is Asana, and to be honest, this is probably one of my favorite apps. The main advantage with Asana is it's a super simple interface. Now, what Asana allows you to do is get started and get set up for free for up to 15 people in your business. That's one of the greatest advantages, is that it's easy to get started with, there's next to no tech setup, and it's really, really pleasing on the eye as well. What that means is because it's a simple system, well, maybe it's missing a few of the features that the more sophisticated platforms platforms we're going to talk about in this show have available. But the brilliance of Asana is in its simplicity. What it means is that you're able to get work done easily with your team, and they're able to easily get their work done as well without any clutter, without any fuss, without any distractions. Now, if we have a look here on my computer, you can see this is the interface of Asana. It's definitely a minimalist application, and I'm going to be working through a demo on this a little bit later in this episode. You'll see there's a great looking mobile app, a basic task list, and
To continue enjoying this presentation, download Bryn, the world's first business advisor in your pocket. To find out more, visit bryn.ai or search the App Store today.